Howdy, Bart here, and welcome. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, and what the whole point of this video is a review of the Synty Studios Polygon asset packs. And these are going to be used as part of the game that we're creating over at Bart Gaming. But what I've done is I've put these into a playable version where you can download, take a look at these asset packs, and see if they're right for you. And with that, just bear in mind the menu wasn't the focus of this. So what we have here is I have created a list of the asset packs that I have so far from Synty Studios. I do not have the two newest, but feel free to send me some money on PayPal and I'll be glad to go ahead and buy them and review them as well. They both look awesome. Can't wait to see them. But let's go ahead and jump in. Now I've just made this to where you can click on the button here just to the left of the name and it shows you which one you have selected just because. So first one we're going to take a look at is the Polygon Adventure. And again, these are by Synty Studios and no really big need to give them a name here. So I'm going to create it, and what I've done is set up a simple game mode so that whenever you go into the appropriate map, then these are also demonstration maps that are available with the asset packs whenever you purchase them. But I've just created a simple game mode and picked out one of the characters to become so I could walk around and check out the map and show you what I think of the assets overall. The fire particles, I understand it's a low poly thing and it's a polygon thing, but probably make the particles a little bit smaller on the fire. Other than that, cool. I like the smoke effect. It works well with it. The characters, not bad. I like the fact that you can actually, with all the asset packs that I've seen so far, you select the actual character and you have at least 4 different options to change the material for the individual characters and get a different look. And that can apply to other things as well, not just the characters. You got some nice tiles here you can lay down for ground and uneven terrain, ditches. These are all preset assets that are dropped down as tiles. So you can actually build this hovering in the air, with no real terrain, and just drop down these as individual actors. So you can actually add the water texture in, which comes with it as well. And a lot of cool stuff here. And the reason why I kind of fell in love with this look, everybody goes for that, try to make it as realistic as possible. And the more realistic you try to make a game, the more you've got to make it realistic, or people are just going to complain, well, that gun doesn't look right, or this doesn't fit right, or things like that. And if you're not trying to get 100% accurate on how everything looks, you can actually go back to what a game is supposed to be, and that's fun. So yeah, I mean, you've got all kind of little knickknacks like these bottles and potions and things like that you can put around the pumpkins, the grass, the buildings. Yeah, there's just so many different things that are in here. And the only complaint I have about the adventure pack is, and it's common between all of them, and it's just the fire texture. Not a big deal, but also some of the items like barrels don't have collisions on them. So if I were to jump up here on the roof and I want to, well, yeah, there's no collision on that. It's something that's really easy to fix, and it takes a couple seconds to do it. And you can just open up the static mesh, and then you click on collision, then select like 18 DOP or whatever, and you can create collisions that are quite usable for items like this barrel and for this box. But I think, and okay, the price is really good on these asset packs, so there's no complaint about that. But something that would take a couple seconds, I don't mind doing, but Synty Studios should probably take care of that themselves. So if that's all I got to complain about, something that takes me a couple seconds to fix, then yep, I'm okay with that. Not a bad looking map either. Good job on the demo maps. Not my favorite of the demo maps. That's yet to come. Let's go back to the main menu, and we'll cover them one at a time here. Let's go to the Polygon heist. If you're into this look and you want guns, Well, you're not going to see any in this video, but the heist pack comes with this for the demonstration map. It's a bank scene. It's supposed to look like the bank is being robbed, so you can set up a full scene in this. One complaint, again, collisions. Again, doesn't take very long. The easiest way to fix this particular metal detector is to actually go into that static mesh and go to the project defaults and change it to use simple as complex, and then you'll be able to walk through this metal detector. I always do it. I just forgot. Kind of cool. You got a drill like you're trying to break in. Money scattered everywhere. Gold bars. Really cool map. A lot of cool things you can put in here. If for no other reason to buy this asset pack, the characters are cool. You got the FBI guy and girl, and you got a series of bank robbers which have interchangeable hair pieces or head pieces, and it comes with a bunch of different masks you can use, which can come in handy, and they're kind of fun to play with too. But you get an M4, an AK, 1911, a black pistol, Glockish type. You get a sniper rifle, a shotgun, and a submachine gun. So you get a handful of guns that you can work with, and I use them in. If you're familiar with what we're doing already, the shooter demo that I released a couple days ago as a just playable fun demo actually utilizes those guns. Not all of them, but most of them. So if you want to check that out, then stop by my Discord and we'll get you a link to that, or check the video from it. Then you'll get the link there. Complaints about this asset pack? Primarily that it's again a collision problem. It'll take about 15 seconds to fix that one collision, and yeah. So again, if that's my only complaint about this asset pack, then I'd say good job. And we use this map in the shooter demo because it's small. What I've done is actually I've opened this door up so you can get it in here. You can actually get there by coming over here and going through this door. It's that same door right there. But what I've done is just open that door so you have better access. Plus you can sit here and strafe back and forth and shoot. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I like this because it's a small map and with a lot to pick up some power-ups and things. It just makes fast-paced action, and it's a good map to play with if you're into shooter games. So I'm just going to go back to the main menu again. We're going to host one more, and we're going to go to the city. Yeah, this particular map, really nice. We use this in the shooter game also. Yeah, wow. If you're only going to get two, then yeah, go ahead and get the city map and the heist map, and you can do a whole lot with these. Yeah, you can build everything directly as tiles. So you've got the grass tiles, the flowers you can set up as foliage. You've got the path sections here in straight, curved, T, and four-way T. Park benches, trees, oh god, water. You can set up all these traffic light poles. However, first complaint is about this asset pack is, again, it's a collision problem. You get this and you spawn in, put a player spawn in because there isn't one, but no big deal. But as soon as you step off the curb into the street, there's no collision on any of the street sections. So as soon as you step into the street, boom, you fall right through, and it's kind of annoying as crap. So as soon as you load this into a project, the first thing you have to do is go in and set up collision for all of the street sections. Takes a few minutes, not that horrible to do, you only have to do it once. So that's my major complaint, my major beef about this one. Another little small thing, okay, I'm in America. Our cars are left-hand drive, so that's good. That's awesome. But the traffic lights are on the wrong side there. This bar that overhangs with the street name that's not listed on here, which is no big deal. You can put your own street names up there, which is awesome. But it's hanging over the wrong side of the damn road. It should be over here, hanging off on this side. So cars that are traveling on the right-hand side of the road, which is what we do here in America, can have traffic lights on their side. So what I normally do is I don't use these poles the way they're set up. I'll actually do it with just one-sided traffic light, because this pole is actually broken up in multiple sections. And what I usually do is I park it like right here. And usually the way I do it, it lines up perfectly. And for traffic coming this direction here, it would be sitting right here with the lights facing this direction. And then I put the crosswalk thing so that you can actually see them, quote unquote. There isn't one that's facing for this direction, only for this direction. They don't light up. However, I think that there's probably some tricks you can do to make the traffic lights actually light up and work just by putting a light there and activating them if you wanted to. I'd never mess with it, because when you're doing a shooter-based game, you're really not looking at that too much. You're worried about dodging and ducking and crouching and shooting and sniping and things like that. But this map is spectacular. I mean, you've got this stuff where you can walk down here and walk around. It's blocked off here, but what I usually do is I set it up so it's like this all the way around, so you can walk in a full circle all the way around it and put power-ups and things like down, like health and ammo and whatnot. But this is all set up modular, so you can actually set up these buildings however you want to, and there's just so many different options. Like these guys right here, you can set it up as that skyscraper there, and you get the round ones, you get the shorter ones, and you've got cool things like the bowling ball and the bowling pins. I've actually shrunk them down and made a bowling alley that was functional with working bowling ball and bowling pins. I've also shrunk them down and used the bowling pins as targets. Same thing with the guitar. I've shrunk it down as well, and I've used it as a prop. Guitars make for a good melee weapon too. You've got, I keep hitting the sprint key, because in our shooter demo we actually can sprint. Digging the steam, it fits the poly theme to it. There's just so much I can say about this city pack that there's a lot of really, really cool stuff in here that you can actually use. Not just a giant food stuff for the signs, but there are smaller versions that are set up for using inside of a restaurant. But one other complaint that I have about this, and it's also a minor thing, this hot dog stand is, I believe, from one of his simple packs. It's a little bit too big. Nobody could stand here and work from this thing, or be able to even reach down inside there to get a hot dog. So yeah, it just takes a couple seconds to scale it down, so it's not like it's a huge issue. So to round off this particular one, my only real complaint is there's no collision on the roads. You have to add your own collision. And again, if that's all I got to complain about is a little bit of a collision issue, then that's not a bad thing. Really good asset pack, really cool, lots of stuff you can do, lots of cars, and yes, I've actually used these cars and driven them. They're already rigged, but I changed the rigging a bit and utilized a setup based on the actual mechanics from UE4, the templates. I also usually change the collision to where you can fall down in this hole here, but that's a minor thing. It's really good. I like this asset pack. One of my favorites. It gets used a lot more than just about any of them. So let's go to the next. I'm going to host, and let's look at the dungeon pack. This, for the non-city, the city map was great. I love that one. It's absolutely fantastic. But the map and this dungeon, wow. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of cool stuff in here. This is a demonstration map that comes with the asset pack, by the way. The colors are a little bit on the bright side on the glowing effects here, but I mean, you've got like the glowing crystal things, and there's a treasure chest that is sectional. You could have it open or closed and have gold in it, or have it empty. Get the exotic looking plants there. yeah, let's go to the left first here, and really brighten this section here. But you got the glowing stuff here, the glowing crystals. You got like the knights here with the swords, really cool. Um, yeah, each of these asset packs come with a handful of characters. So I just picked one at random just to be whatever and gave it a game mode so it automatically selected the correct style character for each asset pack. You got the dragon skeleton over here, really cool. Um, the torches, totally digging the torches, man. The brightness on the lighting is a little bit off, but that's not an issue. Minecart doesn't work, but I'm sure somebody could figure out a way of making these things work on the tracks. Because you do get some track sections as well. Wow, let's peek over here. I almost never come down here. It's dark. You got some nice walls here. What are they doing down here? Some weird weapons and oh, that doesn't look comfortable. If you try to get a circumcision, it's probably not the best way to go about it. Yeah, I've actually made these pendulum things work to where they swing back and forth. It's not that difficult to do and kind of fun. Like this rotary piece right here is part of a shredder that I've actually made work as well. I really haven't messed around with the Iron Maiden yet, but yeah, that's pretty cool. The stocks, the skeletons hanging off the wall. Yeah, this is really cool. I like this. Be cool if you could actually activate the switch and do things. But this is pretty awesome. It really is. You get all these pieces to build this map right here come in the asset pack. So let's actually run straight across over here. Now, one thing that you'll have to figure out on your own is you can run over here and jump up there, and that's fine. But if you fall down there, there's no way to get back up to the rest of the map, so I'm not going to do it. I know better. And again, the swinging traps here for the pendulum axes, you can actually create those in a working fashion, and they're pretty cool. The saw blade coming out of the floor, I've done those working, where the blades rotate and they actually will pop up and down as they go. Same thing with the sidewall where it runs. If you look really closely, you can actually pan around and there's stuff hidden inside the jail cells here. I'll let you discover that on your own, but there are, I know, in this side over here. These doors are closed. You can actually open them up manually inside the editor and go into them that way. I guess this is like a barracks room. You got some swords. Lots of good melee weapons as well come with these. They got bunk beds, some chests and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Come over here, the spike pit. I use this one quite a bit, and I did a platformer. It's like a jumping game, homage to the old Pitfall game. And I used these and actually made the spikes trigger as soon as you walk over the top of them. Then they'll impale you and kill you. Unusual looking device there, but actually looks like you could almost use that for an engine for a hot rod, right? The fireplace, well, too tall to fit in the fireplace. No big deal. The lava forge. Really, really cool map. Really cool map. If you're just trying to create a quick adventure and you want to throw something together, yeah, this is a really cool map to do it on. Come down here, you got, yeah, just cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Really good looking map. Whoever put this map together for them, kudos. Really good work. You can actually sneak inside here through all the dragon bones and yeah, just imagine what kind of adventures you can throw together just by using this map, you know. But think of what kind of maps you could create on your own. Broken track sections, you got contraptions. Those would be really cool if you actually put some animation to them and made them work. The bridges, Really cool. Again, same thing about the fire. If the fire particles were a little bit smaller, it'd be really awesome. The candles are cool. Um, yeah, I totally dig this asset pack. For if you want to do a hack and slash game with swords and things of that nature, there are tons of swords that come with it and melee weapons you can use with it. So with that, then you can just create your own animations or download your own and add them to that. And yeah, really cool. So with that, let's go ahead and check out the next one and go back to the main menu. And then that was the dungeon, so we're going to go to the knights. And so I have that one selected, then I actually, nope, clicked on the wrong one. So this is the knights pack. And again, you get plenty of characters and lots of cool things to take a look at. No major complaints on this one so far. And when you look around the terrain, it's just little minor things that you're going to run into with any of the asset packs that I've found so far. And that's just some minor collision issues. Be cool if these were open to where you can actually get into these buildings. However, they are closed up. You can't get into them. Interesting that the boat here, the top of the boat is covered in green for some reason. I don't know if that's supposed to be moss or whatever. I don't know what that's all about. The tents over here, take a look at those really quickly. Yep, there's no way into them. They're all closed. You can't go inside the tents. It'd be nice if they were open and you could actually go inside of them. That would be kind of cool. With these pieces right here, normally, yeah, this was done by whoever created the map. The portcullis is a little bit too low for you to walk under. You can actually take them out, or you can raise them up so you can actually go inside these portions. These are just like archways, so you can't get into them here just because of that. The portcullis is a little bit too low, so it keeps you from getting inside there. I'm sure if you walked around the outside edge of the map, you could sneak in somehow. But really cool assets. But again, here, it's green on top of the well and on top of the cart. I'm not sure if that was intended to be snow effect, but it looks kind of screwy to have that on there. And the same thing with that boat on the other side. Again, the stairs, the collision is really dodgy on the stairs. So what I would do is try to come back and find those stairs and change the collisions. Worst case scenario, you change the collision defaults to use complex as simple. Some really cool stuff inside here. It's a shame you can't get in there because of the portcullis getting in the way. So you'll have to find a way to sneak around, or when you edit the map on your own, just go into it and actually remove the portcullis. But you can actually walk around, and the collision on the mountains are a little bit on the screwy side. But so you've got these little shacks and shanties and houses and whatnot. Looks really cool. Again, another collision issue where you can fix that just by going to the same thing, open up a static mesh and edit it there. Just change the collision from no collision or whatever collision it has. You remove the existing and use complex collision as simple. Like the bronze statue there. Really cool. I like this asset pack. It's got some potential as well. It's a good one to tag along with the dungeon. So, yep, good job on this one as well. And you get a bunch of weapons and characters, like all of them. So let's go to, and that was the Knights. Pirates. I love this one too. The Pirates theme, who doesn't love the pirate thing going on? So we're going to be a peg leg pirate here and walk around the map or hobble around the map. Phenomenal looking map. You've got the grass pieces here. You've got all sorts of stuff like trees and buildings and oh god, there's just so much to look at on this map. You got a well. Yeah, and of course it wouldn't be a good pirate map without ships. And ships it does have multiples, warships and merchant ships. I mean, there's all kinds of different ships. You can't say they don't give a shit about the players, because yeah, you get plenty of them. Like that one right there. You've got 5 cannons on either side. I have actually, playing around with it, I've actually activated the cameras, and that way you can actually get in there and the cannons and shoot the cannons. Yeah, climbing system would be nice. Sorry, I had the chat covered up there. Yeah, I hadn't seen anything about the cyberpunk city yet, or a special city, but I definitely want to get the war pack, and I definitely want to get the Western pack. And no, these animations, these are the actual animations from the UE4 mannequin, the default animations. It took just a few seconds to convert them over, you know. Really easy to do. I've done videos on setting up using these before, but I'll do some other videos on it later. If you guys are really interested in the Synty Studio stuff. And if you guys know anybody that, or can put in a good word at Synty Studios for me, if they'll give me the war pack and then give me the Western pack, I will feature them in my game and do reviews on them as well. So yeah, there's all kind of cool stuff, man. Like skeleton here, and yes, you can actually be a skeleton and run around, or a ghost. There's several ghosts, or a tormentor that floats around with no legs, and yeah, it's really cool stuff. The one thing I would suggest is, as you get froggy, I love that warship over there. You can set up water and swimming effects. I have actually retargeted these animations, you know, from Mixamo, and use those. They are usable. I have done it. In fact, I've got a set of animations for swimming. I just haven't had a chance to put them all together yet for this. They will be in our playable game, but just not yet. So yeah, this warship kind of reminds me of the ones from World of Warcraft. Got multiple guns on the side and that kind of stuff. Really cool ship. Got a little cove over here and a little pirate area. Yeah, this is, oh my god, this is a great one to use. Comes with swords and muskets and weapons of all types, and yeah, I'll let you guys explore this map on your own. There's a lot of cool stuff to explore, multiple different islands and fort types and ship types, and yeah, really cool. I like it. The only thing, okay, I have to have at least one gripe about each one of these. Yeah, where the hell's my parrot, man? Gotta have a parrot on my shoulder. What in the world possessed you to create a pirate pack and not put in a parrot? Yeah, these are the demonstration maps that came with the asset packs, and I just wanted to feature them as a form of review. And yeah, this is one of my favorites too. I really like this particular one. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Go back to multiplayer, host, and samurai. Now, if you download this, you can actually walk around and check this out as well. So the samurai, let's be a ninja. Everybody wants to be a ninja. So here, we're a ninja. So yeah, this one right here, beautiful assets. And again, my only real complaint about this one is the fire. Okay, I have to have a complaint about something. I'm old, I'm grumpy, I complain about everything. But, oh well. Really good looking asset pack. The road textures, I didn't do anything with the lighting on these maps. These are just how they were. In fact, the only thing I did to this map was add player starts, and I added some background sound. Minor little thing is you're walking up here, sometimes the bamboo will trip you up, so you have to walk around the bamboo for the trail or the path. But really cool asset. If you're into this style or Asian style theme, then this is really cool, really cool, and good looking assets. I mean, you got a lot of little pieces you can work with, and hey, it's not on fire. So yeah, I was really impressed with this one. Nice, clean looks to it. Um, Again, another one that's worth the money. I mean, if you've got some samurai-based weapons, and of course you get to be a ninja, so who doesn't want to be a ninja? Only complaint there is I want to get over here behind this. I like the pink trees. That's cool too. The sugar cane. Um, these pieces actually have a section that is open that you can walk through. It's covered on the front over here on this one. Gotta love those collision effects there. So you can actually have it open to where you can actually walk through it. That door is not part of this. It's something that's added in. So if you wanted to not have that door there, you don't have to have it there. Good looking pack. If you're into the ninja thing, this is the way to go. And I've just trapped myself. So let's go to the next map. Yeah, there's only like 5 characters in this particular one right here. But it's enough to get the point across. Especially if you want to combine it with other stuff as well. Let's take a look at the Vikings. So with the Vikings, you have the snow and non-snow versions of a lot of these pieces. Boats in various states are being constructed, some that are already together. One thing I haven't done is actually make the boats work, but not that hard to do. I like the fact that it's snowing. That's a nice piece to have. If you want the snow, then go ahead and spend the money and buy this asset pack, because then you can get snow. Add that snow to any map. Of course, it won't be stuck to the terrain. Getting the torches, the fire particles are a little bit on the large side. If they're a little bit smaller, that would be good. And the climbing system, that'll have to be on you guys for coming up with your own climbing system. I've seen several different ways of doing it, so it is possible to do. And actually creating dynamic ladder systems to where when you add them into your map, they scale based on how high you want it to go. So it is possible to set up your own, but at least you have ladders here that you can work with. I mean, you could always make your own custom ladders, but you got this and you got the fort over here. And again, if you want the water to work, you're going to have to add your own post-processing and your own animations. These don't come with any animations. None of the I won't say 100%. There is one that does come with animations. There's 2 characters that come with animations, and it's a fish and a shark. And really cool. Who doesn't like having the idea of having a shark you can put into a map? So again, this is this project that I'm in right now is packed up. It's in the link in the description here, so you can actually download it from my Google Drive and actually play this and see if these asset packs are right for you. They're not going to give you anything free. I'm giving you everything free you need to have, and that's the ability to get inside here and play these. But what I can do really quickly is I will run into this same project, and I wanted to showcase the sharks because I didn't add them to any of the maps. So go back to the main menu and hit exit game. This is a Steam-based game, so if you want your friends to join you, they're going to have to be logged into Steam, and because it'll show your username and avatar there in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to refresh YouTube's because it's being a pain in the rump. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up this project. So this is the one that I actually used to make that video from, and I want to show the shark. And they're the only 2 characters that come with any kind of animation is the sharks, and they're part of the pirates pack. The shark and the fish. And I've got in the creatures, you've got the shark, cool, and I'm actually going to open up. They came with their own animations. So the shark animation. So there you go. he just sits there and does that animation. But if you want them to work, that is super easy to do. Same thing with the fish. All it does is sit there and do that for its animation. But it's super, super, super easy to make these sharks work, or sharks and fish. So I'll come into my characters and blueprints. Yeah, I love the shark. I'm going to put the shark in every freaking map that I got. So let's create a blueprint, and we're going to do a cancel. We're going to actually come in here to my player base that I've got, and I'm going to make a duplicate, and I'm going to call this AI underscore shark. I'm going to go into it, and I am going to get rid of this stuff because we don't need it. And then we're going to get rid of the follow camera, get rid of the camera boom. We're going to the mesh. You don't have to have an animation blueprint for this. That's the cool thing. Let's look at the viewport. We're going to go to here, and we want to find our shark. And you see it's got a capsule collision there, so it's going to be interesting to work with. You're going to have to adjust the height of your shark. It's something you can play around with on how you want it to look. I'm going to put it about midway up on the capsule here. And then animation mode, you switch that to use animation asset, and then you want to come over here, and there you go. Select your shark animation. So now he animates, or she, could be a she. I'm not going to be cool. Oh, that's not a problem, TP. I like these asset packs, and they let people get creative with their own maps and then just really focus in on creating stuff. So to make these work, essentially you need to see if I can shoot this off the top of my head here. I want to get a reference to my mesh. I know I'm going to need that, and let's run event. Let's run an event tick. So from that, what we want to do is we want to definitely get world location. So we need a base location to work from, and then here we want to do a branch. We can set up a quick variable, which is moving question mark, and I want to grab that, and essentially what we're asking here is the character moving? If the answer is no, then we want to AI move to, and then we want to set destination random point in reachable radius, and let's go ahead and set the radius of 10,000. Yeah, whatever, you know. And the origin we're going to link from our get world location, and the pawn we want to get a reference to self. Now, another thing you can do is if you want the thing to come after your player, you can add a pawn sensing in. And what I would actually do is take and create a capsule collision like right around the mouth area or right around the front of the shark. So if it gets up there and hits your player character, it'll actually do damage, and it'll just keep chasing you until you die. So there's some cool things you can do with the shark. I really like the shark. If you don't do anything else with the Pirates one, buy it for the damn shark. It's awesome. So, okay, we've got our world location from our mesh. We set a random reachable point in our radius. And here's where my dyslexia kicks in on this. On success, set is moving. Yeah, buy it for the shark, man. It's worth it. I love the shark. There's just so many uses for that shark by itself. You can use the fish and say, okay, they're piranhas, and just let them go. we're going to set, on success, we're going to set is moving to false. And I'm going to try that. I'm sure I'm going to have to fix one thing on here. Let's drag it over here. I'm going to go into the maps and let's go to pirates. Save selected. I didn't do anything to them. Actually, so it's easier to see. Let's go in here and file, new level, default, and dump you. Let's do landscape. I'm just going to do 2 by 2. Create. I don't care about that. We're going to grab our landscape. We're going to go over here, set you to 0. And in our world settings, I'm going to change you over to, oh, screw it, pirates game mode. And save all, save selected. Shark test. And then let's go ahead and grab a volume, nav mesh bounds. Well, first let's grab our player start and get him the heck out of the way. So our nav mesh bounds, we want to set that to be the size of this map. So let's go ahead and go with our transforms. Yeah, Sharknado, that's what you need to make. So we're just going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to scale it up a little bit as well. And then let's go ahead and hit P to make sure that we have, there we go, got a navigatable area. Let's go with the pirates environment, and so many things in here. Water, drag it in here. Let's go to details panel, go with 0, tab 0, tab 500. Okay, so we're under the water, so that's fine. We just want it to be water. We can be cool. We can actually, just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and grab a ship hull. Actually, let's grab a rowboat. Let's put our player into the rowboat. Player start. Come on over here. Come on over here. Going over here, and play. Okay, we are stuck in our boat here, trapped, surrounded by sharks. That's what we want. So let's come back over here to my blueprints where I was doing the AI shark. Let's go ahead and grab one, throw it in here. Now, if you're up above the water, it's going to want to put them in the water. So if you come down here underwater, since there is gravity effect going on, I'm just going to grab him. I'm just going to throw a few of them in here. So what's going to happen is, since there's gravity, they're going to hover over the bottom, essentially, is what's going to happen. So let's actually take a look, see if I screwed up my sharks. Yeah, I screwed them up a little bit. They're freaking out. What did I forget here? Set is moving. If they are true, we want to ignore. We don't want to do anything. Is moving is false because he just reached his location. Let's add a little delay, and then link it back to here again. I'm probably just totally screwing this thing up here. Yeah, they're freaking out. Let's go ahead and dump that, and let's compile, save. Is moving. We're going to set the default to no. Leave that. That's fine. compile and save. They should just move to the location one time. Oh, character movement. Plus, we need to actually take a look at this. Let's raise that up. Because of this capsule collision, probably want to dump it in half. That might help a little bit because the collision is shark's doing some major crack. And let's go to our character movement. Let's set our max walk speed to 400 to slow him down a little bit. Yeah, I think it's still something to do with the collision of him. So let's throw him up even higher. It'd be a lot easier if I actually just put that on a different screen. Yeah, it's something to do with I've had these working, and this is just me trying to be in a rush here. I want that capsule collision to actually work with it here. Compile and save. The mesh character. Let's try doing a block all. See if we can bounce them off the ground there. So yeah, a little tweaking back and forth, and what I'll do, I'll get into another actual video where I'll actually focus on making some of these other things like the shark work and stuff like that. I've already got the blueprint set up for it somewhere. I just need to bring them in. And I believe the problem is still going to be with the capsule collision on the shark. So I'm just going to drag them way up here. I'm actually going to go ahead and take that off screen, put that on a different monitor, and we can actually play here. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the fact that the capsule collision is getting stuck in the ground. So, I mean, if we grab the world and lower it just a hair, we still have our collision here. So everything's good to go on that. Let's actually try doing something with the yeah, I don't want to simulate physics. Capsule component. Yeah, it's an issue with the capsule component. I will do that in another video. I just wanted to showcase, the fact that what I thought about the asset packs. But I will make the sharks work, and I will have them animated properly. In fact, I could probably go ahead and give me a second off screen here. I'll drag Sharknado back into it, and I think I've already got it prepared, another project. Alright, well, let me grab that other blueprint, see if I can find it. It's not in that one. It's definitely not in that one. Not in that one. I got rid of a bunch of projects, so yeah, it's probably in one of them that I got rid of. Well, that sucks. I will definitely make it, and I will show another video with the actual sharks working and stuff. I think I have deleted the project that I had that one in, and that was definitely not in that one. Yeah, that's the downside of trying to keep everything clean is you delete a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'll come back in. I'll actually work on the sharks and I'll get them functional. Um, I go back over here and the think about the collisions. Let's take a look at that. I'll show you really quickly the collision issue that we had with the heist map. Yeah, go ahead and save it because I'm going to do this and this and oh no, we just deleted that map we just created. The metal detector over here with the fact that you can't walk through it. So the easiest way to do that is to go to your Polygon heist, go to your meshes folder, go to your props, I think it is. Um, Good God, look at all the stuff you get with this asset pack. I mean, and that's what I need right there. But I mean, this is just the props. You got vehicles. So this right here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to my collisions. I'm going to go ahead and use complex collision as simple, and then hit save, and then I'm going to hit close, and then I'm going to hit play, and then now I can walk over here, and I can walk through it now. Oh God, that was so difficult. Oh God, that took forever to fix. Just horrible, right? So, yeah, that's the FBI guy. So yeah, the sheer number of stuff that you get in these asset packs. Weapons. Here's where it's interesting on the weapons. You have these, and these are the static mesh versions. You've got attachments like vertical grip, red dot optic, silencer, flashlight, sniper scope, and like I said, a red dot scope. You have reticles for them as well that go along with them. Yeah, I'll show you the road too real quickly. But the sniper rifle, what happens is if you look at the static mesh, there's no scope on it, but there is a magazine. Okay, cool. You're going to have to add the scope in manually. Same thing with the weapon rigged. They all have their pieces parts. So if you look at the M4, there's no magazine and there's no optics on top. So you're going to have to add those manually. If you care about the animations, they actually have some animation with the rigging and stuff. I personally don't care about looking at the animations for them, so I've never even bothered. There's no point of even dealing with them for me, because nobody is really paying attention to that when you're running around shooting at each other. When you're dodging bullets, you're really not worried about, whenever I fire it, I don't see the shell casings coming out. Well, that's something you can do later by doing the in the meshes here. Let's see, closing the Polygon and the heist. I rename a lot of stuff here. So in the meshes and the weapons rigged, or is it weapons? And yeah, you have empty shell casings. So you can actually add a spawn system for empty shell casings. So then you can show those. Just depends on what you want it to do. If you want to add it in there, you can make it happen. For the road, you have to go to your Polygon City, your meshes folder, and in your environments folder. And what you have to do is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, there's 14 road sections. That one's actually not a road, it's a patch. So there's 14 of these you're going to have to go into. You double click on it to open up the static mesh. You come over here to your collision. I've got these collapsed. So you scroll down to your collision and you scroll down to here. Use complex collision as simple is one way of doing it. I'm actually going to remove collision. So if you were to step on this road, this is the way it comes from default. If you step on this section of road, you're going to fall right through. So one of the options you can click on this right here, and you can scroll through, like add simple box collision. Now you show simple collision, it actually has collision now, and you can step on that. So that's actually got it fixed. So you're going to have to double click on all the road sections. Just the road sections are the only ones that I've found so far. And I usually do this one as well. And this is the the construction section where you got the hole there. What I'll do is, if you look at the collision, you look at simple, it's just flat. You walk on it normal. So you actually look at the complex collision, and now you can step down inside of it. It's a little excessive to do it this way, but it's cool if you want to be able to drop into it, and I do. I want you to trip and fall and bruise your little pancreas. So there we go. That's the fixes for doing the animation and the problems with the collisions. It's a very simple, quick, easy fix. So again, if those are my major complaints, yeah, that's not a big deal. Vehicles, you got an ambulance, you got a van, police car, what looks like a Camaro, 2 compact cars, and regular Crown Vic, and a taxi cab. I've seen where people have taken these and actually put lights in here to try to make it look like the lights are on, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of cool things you can do with these. The Polygon heist pack comes with vehicles as well. It adds, I think, 3 more, which is a like a Dodge Charger style police car instead of the Crown Vic. You got a SWAT van, pretty cool, and you also have the helicopter. I have not done any rigging on the helicopter, so I haven't tried to mess with it yet. But it would be nice if we could have the rotors separately, where it could be animated. But not a big deal. I mean, even, yeah, old school GTA, like GTA 2 and 3. So yeah, you could add your helicopter in and mess around with that. Yeah, props. Tons of props. Items. Here's the masks. You can actually apply these to your character. You got handcuffs. You got some hair. You can put on Donald Trump mask. Run around as Donald Trump if you want. Tiger, the luchador. And I know that nobody else would even like this, but there's this one right here. I don't know anybody would be into clown stuff. But yeah, you can actually put that on in your characters and set that up. If you wanted to create, and I'll show really quickly, if you wanted to create, and I go to blueprints, heist. One of the issues with the heist characters, it's not really an issue because it wasn't really meant to be used separately that way. If you click on the mesh, and I'm going to go over here to my skeletal mesh, and I'm going to find overall. This is one of the bank heist guys. But if you look, he's kind of missing something. So I'm going to hit compile and save and hit play. He's kind of missing part of his head. It's because you were intended to use the items, the hair pieces or the masks with them. So what you can do if you want to use these characters, well, the material is actually just not there. It's not drawn in. So select your mesh. You want to add a component. And then I wanted, before I click, go back full screen. Before I do that, I want to go ahead and I want to make him into the clown. So I'm going to left click on the clown to have it selected. And come back over here, left click on mesh, left click on add component. And now whenever I select by static mesh, the clown mask is already selected. So now I can look and I put it down at my feet. So what I want to do now, since I have it attached to the mesh, is come over to my parent socket, and I want to find the head, slightly screwed up, but not a problem. We can change to our rotation, and we can rotate it back 90 degrees. And there we go. It completely covers his head, and he looks awesome. So if we hit compile and save and go into the map now to play, we have anybody can be a clown now. And these heads, a lot of these heads will actually work on any of the characters. I found that, with these, the heist characters, you use the mask like this, pretty cool. And if you really want to get creative, um, you have your clown mask there, your skeletal mesh. Well, what if you just call that mask, and on your event begin play, let's grab a reference to our mask. Yeah, you can do a lot of the mods, stuff like that. If you want to get creative with what you can do with these, is get a reference to my mask here, and we know that we're set up on the clown mask, but you can actually, let's do something different here. Let's get random, as soon as I can learn how to type, random float in range. And I'm just going to quickly pick out, we want the clown, we want the alien, and the luchador, and Trump. So let's choose 4. So actually, let's use an integer. Random integer in range. And I want to go from 0 to 3. This will give us 4 to work with. Let's actually move our mask reference out of the way. Let's put this here. And we want to get some branch nodes. And then if this is equal to 0, then we'll do this. And then we'll, if not, then we'll go off of the false. So we can link these falses together. And we'll actually make them all work. What we're doing is we're just going to quickly create a randomizer for the mask. So if it's 0, then we want to actually drag off of here for the mask, set static mesh, and then if it's true, connect that to there. Let's drag this here and set the skeletal mesh. We want Trump and Control C, Control V, Control V, and Control V. If it's true, we want to come over here, connect our mask to the target, and then let's go with clown, and what we're going to do is equal, and we'll change this to 1, and then Control C, Control V, and Control V. So now we can pull off of this return value, go here, change this to 2, and this one to 3. Yeah, this is like totally really rough looking right here. So pardon how rough it looks. We need to connect you to you and you to here. And we said luchador and alien. So we're going to set our skeletal mesh to that. And we need to connect this to here, this to here. Does everybody follow what I'm actually doing here, besides being really, really messy? Connect a target, and let's go with luchador. So I'll clean this up a little bit so we can understand a little bit of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to get a random integer in range off my event to begin play. And if using equal, if it's 0, then we want to set our skeletal mesh for our mask to Donald Trump. And same thing, if it's 1 instead, we're going to go to clown mask. If it's 2, we're going to go to the alien mask, and the other one is the luchador. So other than looking really like crap, this should actually work. So compile and save, hit play, and well, his head's kind of screwed up for this. So alien's probably not the best way to go. Clown definitely works. So let's look at Donald Trump. Size-wise is not correct. It probably needs to be brought down a little bit, but okay. It's usable. And let's see what happens. Can we get the... No, we got Trump again. And what happens? We got Clown again. So you get the idea. So we saw that the alien mask did not work out too well. So let's change the alien to Panda. Sounds like a winner. That was number 2 or 3. Yeah. Let's change it to Panda. So just that quickly, we created a randomizer. So every time we go into the map and play, it's going to randomly pick between those 4 masks. So let's try it again. Nope, clown again. Stupid clowns. There we go. There's our panda. So now we can run around and we can have a panda head if we want to. Awesome. Okay. So that's how you can easily do that. I use the same method for creating my NPCs. So when I want random stuff just wandering around my map, then I'll actually do that to randomly pick between the skeletal meshes that are actually in the asset pack. So I can actually choose, let it automatically choose and pick the characters. So I have random characters just wandering around the map. The same way I was setting up my shark earlier, which I will fix the shark, and I'll post another video on that. Just because I think the shark is awesome. And my OCD, I have to clean this up before I end this video. So there we go. And since we just created that, let's go ahead and select everything. Hit C to comment it. And we're just going to call this our mask rotation. And while we're in here, we might as well go ahead and give it a different color. And let's make it green. Who cares? Whatever. So that's that. Compile and save. And now when we go into this heist map, every time we come in, it's going to randomly cycle between those 4 masks. So if you're setting up your characters for a bank heist mode, then you can have your characters to randomly do that, and it just makes it kind of cool. Little goofy stuff. Besides, one of the modes that I was working on before was a VIP escort mode, where if you're playing multiplayer and there's like 4 or 5 or 6 of you, one person would randomly get stuck as Donald Trump, and you had to escort Donald Trump from point A to point B. So you think you can actually taper your missions like that. There's just so many things you can use these masks for. Using a regular character, you can actually apply the ones like this that just fit over their head. So you got a Jason mask, and if you're trying to do that kind of deal. Or if you feel like being trollish, you can throw on a paper bag. Some of us are so beautiful that putting a bag over her head would just ruin everything. But there's just so many cool props you got, like wrenches and walkie-talkies and all the masks, the hammer, hacksaw. In fact, this is pretty cool. It's a bomb. You can use that in your maps. I actually use this as my ammo pickup in the shooter demo. And for the first aid kit, I'm actually using this one. So now whenever you go for your first aid kit, it's those. And the cool thing about them is, so if you want to make and I'll just do another quick deal here. In our assets folder, I'll make I don't have a blueprints folder. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get off this video here. Blueprints. I cannot spell. Let's make a blueprint class actor. First, let's call it med kit. In my other game building thing, then what I was doing was creating an advanced med kit, and I'll get into that more in the other video. But let's go back to our items, come over here. I'm going to select that health kit 02. I'm going to add a component, which is my static mesh, so now I have that. I'm going to add another component, which is going to be rotation, or T. So now I have a rotating movement. I'm going to grab my med kit, and I'm going to set the height of it about 50, so it gets it off the ground a little bit. And the rotating movement is fine. I believe the speed is that. Compile and save. This is not a full med kit because I'm not going to worry about setting it up just this moment. But you can actually have it set to replenish your health by 50 or 25 or 100 or whatever. So you throw it into the map, and let's hit play, and there it is. So you get a little med kit that's actually rotating. Pretty cool, huh? Now, it has collision to it, so if you don't want it to have collision, and you don't want to do this and get sick and throw up because you're going around in circles and going around in circles and going around in circles and going around in circles, oh my god, that would get... yeah. So if what you'd want to do is for the med kit, you want to turn off the actual collision. Yeah, I got dizzy on top of that, and I look over and see my stream on there, which is a few seconds behind, and it's like, holy crap. Collision presets, no collision. Compile and save, and they should overwrite the normal. So now, if we walk over here, it should, yep, no collision. And if you want to make it to where that medkit works, first thing you want to do is get rid of everything. Go back to your viewport and add a component of a box collision. And the box collision itself, you just want it to cover the area around where it is. Compile, save, go into here, and what you want to do is right click on your box collision, add component or add event, select on component begin overlap, and then you want to cast to your third person character, cast to player base in my situation here, so you know who's going to trigger it. And then I don't have health system set up in this character just yet, so all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and tell it to play sound at location, and it's just going to make a click noise. And I want to get my location so I can get my med kit, and then I want to get world location, and I want to set that to there. And then I would set up my attenuation. I don't have an attenuation set up in this project yet either. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and just make it functional since there is no health. We want to destroy actor to get rid of it. So what happens is you would actually cast your player base, get your health, and then set up the amount you want it to heal and that kind of stuff. But since I don't have health on my character, and I'm not going to do that in this video. There we go. I walked into it, it made a clicking noise, then vanished. So, really cool. And let's go ahead and, just for giggles, Control-C, Control-V. Going to put another one here. I'm going to put another one right over here, so we can hear it. All right, ready for it? There you go. So you can get you a cool whoosh noise or whatever, and set up your sound effects for when you pick up the med kit. Yeah, that's cool. So, all right. Any questions about the Polygon packs from Synty Studios? I'll actually do some other videos just based on screwing with them and setting up a shark, setting up these pieces for med kits, and creating uses for all the little pieces parts. So, is there any questions before I kick out of this video? And actually, I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to grab those med kits, and I'm going to dump them because they don't do anything yet. Alright, I will be available on my Discord channel, so if you guys need to chat at me before I get my butt in bed here soon, please let me know. All right. Thank you guys for watching. And if anytime you have any questions about these asset packs, please check with me on my Discord and post questions in the questions and answers section of the Discord. And thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.